Hello, welcome to the channel. My name's Daniel, and today I wanted to talk about my new bike. I've had quite a few bikes in my lifetime, and this is my third electric bike. There doesn't seem to be enough about this bike online, so I thought I'd do my own video just in case there's people out there like me that are interested. I am not sponsored in any way by Temple Cycles. I just really respect what they're doing. They're a small company, and they're making modern classic bikes that are built to last forever, and they're kind of putting that into electric bikes now as well. And this is pretty much the kind of bike that I go for. The kind of bike that I've been looking for, to be honest. I started off, my first electric bike was the Rally Centros, which was a touring bike, and I got it because I was attracted to the battery size, the distance that it promised, and to be honest, it hit every mark for me. It was a brilliant bike, and I miss it dearly. I had racks front and back by the end of it, pannier racks. I used to take it everywhere. I used to be able to push it through town, take it shopping, totally leave the car at home, travel all the way across Cornwall to Penzance, from where I live, and back again. And yeah, like I said, I miss it dearly. It was probably a mistake getting rid of that bike, but at the time I felt like with my level of fitness and stuff, and what my friends were into, it was time to move on to something a bit bigger, and I felt like it fitted a bit more into my lifestyle at the time. So I traded it in, and actually no, I didn't trade it in, I sold it, and then I went and brought myself a Cube stereo hybrid 140, which I've had for the past 2 years. Full suspension mountain bike, probably completely over the top for me. I've never considered myself a rad dad at all. I don't do backflips on the weekend or anything like that. But man, that bike was so much fun, just going up hills. That bike made it fun going up hills over rocky things, and and then down rocky single track where I live. And it was a lot of fun for 2 years, but it's never been one of those bikes where I like to leave the house and leave the car behind. With the mountain bike, never felt like doing that. I never felt like, all right, I'm going to the shop. Wife, I'm going out, I'm going to the shop. I'm going to take the bike. Never had that with the mountain bike. The rally, yes, absolutely. Every day, all day. Take it out, leave, pack it, leave. Never thought about the car once. But with the full suspension mountain bike, you can't push it through town. It's too wide, it's too big, it's too long, it's too bulky, and it's just too heavy. It was just too much bike for me. So I mean, for the past 2 years, my friends would tell you exactly the same. As I've done nothing but moan about selling my rally bike, and as far as I know, the company is now no more. This is what I'm told. I will check that in a minute. Edit that out if that's not true. Which makes me really sad. That bike was so good. I feel like they put everything into that bike. They really thought about it. Style, the comfort. It's just, I don't think I've ever had a bike out of my acoustic bikes, any bike I've ever had, I've never felt comfort like that rally bike. So now moving on to selling my Cube stereo hybrid 140 and looking for another bike similar to the Rally Centros. I come across it's like Temple Cycles. They're a company. If you live where I live in the southwest, you're aware they're a brand. They're a good small business. their frames are well known, especially if you're into the sort of bikes that I'm into, which are kind of like 90s inspired frames and stuff. My acoustic bike is a Mr. Wooden, made by Brothers Cycles, which is a British designed frame made in Taiwan. It's a steel frame bike, but what's really attracted me to that bike is I can have my 650 wheels with rim brakes, and it's a mix, and your square tapered bottom bracket, and you know you've got the comforts of the sort of bikes that I grew up with, but it's a mixture of modern and old components, and it's just a really comfortable bike. It's more of a gravel sort of shape. It's a bit small in the wheelbase, but I run it with a flat bar. I'll put some pictures up or something of it on here so you can have a look at it. So Temple Cycles, they're a brand that, you know, if you live in the UK, specifically Southwest where I am, you've heard about them, and you've probably got a bit of respect for them like I have, because they're the only company out there that are making these bikes that are built to last. You know, the modern classic bike is what they say, and I like that. So when I was looking for another e-bike, more of a touring sort of everyday use bike you can take instead of the car, that's where I stumbled across the Classic Electric 2 that they've come out with. And like I said at the start, I don't really see a lot on this bike. When you're looking around, there's not really a lot of videos or information on it. I mean, if you look up Temple Cycles on YouTube, they're mostly promoting their classic lightweight framed bikes, or their gravel bikes and stuff like that, which rightfully so, they're very, very, very good bikes, but not a lot on this bike. So I'm not sponsored. They've not asked me to do this video or anything. This is just something I'm interested in, and I just want to talk about it and ramble about it for a bit. So I hope you guys don't mind, anyone that's watching. So yeah, so in this video, my plan is I want to get the bike in, unbox it, video everything, and kind of just show my hands-on experience of getting the bike, taking it out, because the battery is very small on paper. The battery is actually 360 watts, LG 360 watts, but they promise a range of between 50 and 95 kilometers, which is around about 59 miles max, which is the same as my Rally Centros was. It's a rear hub motor, which I've never had before on an e-bike. I've always had the Bosch motors, and they've been fantastic, but so this is all going to be new to me. Of course, we've got hydraulic brakes, because on an e-bike you probably want that bit of stopping power that comes from a disc brake. So they promise punchy motor, removable battery, hydraulic disc brakes and grippy tyres. They're using those WTB, they're tan wall tyres, but they promise them to be tough, you know, the tough tyres that they usually put on e-bikes. Practical utility features, so they've got a rack on the back, up to 25 kilograms load capacity, which is the same that I had on the Rally. So you see, I'm trying to get that feeling back that I had with that bike, and because it's Temple and they make bike to last, hopefully this is the last e-bike that I get. That's the plan anyway. And I've gone for the pebble blue coloured with the leather handles and seat, and you know, maybe I'll upgrade it over time, and maybe that will make interesting videos. But I think to start off with, I just want to do like an unboxing, and we'll take it out for a ride. I've also got myself a Temple bag to go on it, because I looked at that thing, I was like, I fell in love with it. I've gone all Temple. Went and got myself a hat, a bottle cage, and a bag. Because I thought, why not? You know, I fell in love with this bike on paper. I'm all in at this point. So I'm going to get this bike out and take it for a ride and take you guys with me and do as much video footage as possible, and hopefully it'll help you guys if you're thinking about this bike, and you know, hopefully it'll help you. Because when I was looking around, I was, you know, there's not enough information for me out there. So I've taken a bit of a leap on this thing myself. I say leap. I've got utmost confidence in Temple Cycles to produce a decent bike. And this is looking like a very decent bike to me. The motor is made by Bufang, is it? Is that how you say it? Which I hear they make good hub motors. So, yeah, anyway, let's get on with the video and show you the bike out on the road. Ninth gear. This is tour. This is pretty much what I left the other bike in. And we've apparently still got 47 miles. Okay, I can feel that. There's a bit of rubbing on one of the brakes. Will have to be adjusted. A little bit of pullback. So, it's very different to the Bosch motor, that's for sure. It's going to take some getting used to. It's not bad. It's not as powerful as the Bosch motor. Definitely if you aren't on the hills, if you're not on the Cornish hills, you wouldn't notice it at all. To be honest, it's a decent motor. It does the job. The amount of power that I used did surprise me. I forgot to start Strava until I got to Asda. So from Asda, I did a circle of Falmouth, which came to 12.93 miles. I started off on 67 battery, and by the end of it I had 10% battery left. So not too bad, to be honest. When I got home I did look through the manual and it did say make sure you do a full charge before taking it out. So I probably should have done that. But anyway, pleasantly surprised on the power. I'm going to give it a proper good going tomorrow. So the different modes that we've got an eco mode, which is the green mode, which I started off on. Then we got the tour mode, which I did mention when I was riding, that my other bike, the Rally Centros, I used to just keep it in tour, but that was a Bosch motor. It was completely different. And then we've got Sport, and then we've got Sport Plus, then we've got the Boost mode. In all of these modes, I've noticed the way that it gives you the power is very much more subtle than the Bosch. It's not bad at all, but on the hills you do have to put a certain amount of power in yourself, which I quite like, to be honest, because I do want to get some exercise. And since I got it back home and me and the wife have been through the manual, I've worked out how to change it from kilometres an hour over to miles per hour, which is what we use in the UK. So that's better. There's a lot of things you can change. Plugging it in, it doesn't really give you a display of how much it's charging. You have to kind of turn the display on to see how much it's gone up. So that's new. Like, you get a red light on the brick, and then I'm assuming once it's charged up it goes green. So I'm doing that at the moment. The tyres are the sort of thickness where you're a little bit worried if you hit a drain. They're the right sort of size in the UK that they would fit down a drain. And then you go for the handlebar, so watch out for that one. There's a little bit of rubbing that I'm getting from the chain, on the chain guard, but it disappeared halfway through the ride, so I'm thinking that it's just kind of like one of those wearing in kind of things. And also I'm getting that with one of the brakes as well, but I just need to adjust it ever so slightly. It probably just got moved in transit. Apart from that, the seat is really, really comfy. Those Temple Cycle saddles are very nice. I like that a lot. As well as the grips, actually. The grips are really comfy on the hand. I'm not too sure whether I'm leaning a bit too far forward still. If I do feel like I'm still too far forwards, I could flip the stem over and that would probably fix everything. The lights, really cool. I did have to take off my D-ring clamp halfway through the ride because it was rattling around so much. It was making me think there was something wrong with the bike, and there wasn't at all. It was my clamp I had on the back. So that was pretty stupid. But yeah, so far, first outing on it, very, very happy, and I'm going to give it a proper good testing tomorrow. It's definitely not as powerful as a Rally Centros, like I keep saying. It's not a Bosch motor. It's a subtle kind of power that it gives you. You definitely notice it, though, saying that. But do you know what? I might like it more. I'm going to leave it there. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to sub if you like this. If you want to see more of the bike, I'm definitely going to go out on it again. And I might make some little changes to it. and take it on some adventures. Fingers crossed, I can get the same sort of distance out of this bike as I could the Raleigh. We will see. Keep an eye on the channel if you want to see some more of that in the future. Apart from that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.